Welcome to OHSAA Women's Softball from the friendly confines of Starry Night Stadium here on the campus of Northwest High School. Hi, I'm Jacob Williams, and along with my partner, Safran, we are here to bring you to today's game, along with the dedicated resources of Waycross Community Media.
How you doing today, Jake?
I'll be doing good once we get this game started. I was here at a game one day last week when the Knights were playing Middletown Fenwick, and they won that game in their last at bat in the bottom of the seventh.
Yeah, Northwest coming into this game with a 3-2 record. Playing really well as of late. Just got a quick 8-run W last game out. And when we talk about Northwest, keep an eye out on Shelby Hartness. She's a two-way pitcher and hitter. She leads the conference in strikeouts and a second in RBIs. This is a Northwest team with a lot of young players, a lot of underclassmen. So this is a team that's young, that's growing, and it's going to get better during the season.
Well, this game should be a cloud-nine conflict between the Knights and the Wildcats. The Knights come into this game on an emotional high. Like you said, they've had a lot of wins at the last at bat in some of these games. They've been getting solid pitching from Miss Hartness.
But I'll tell you what, Jake, they are running into a monster over there on the Deer Park sideline. Their offense is absolutely incredible. They are 4-0 to start the season, unblemished record. They had wins of 18-6 and 27-0. Yes, that is right. That is not an error. They currently just won a game 27-0. They have sophomore Tori McKee has been tearing the cover off the ball, batting .692. And her teammate Kenzie Sheeman is batting .714. McKee has 13 RBIs, and the next closest to her in the conference has 7. And they only have 2 underclassmen, so this is a very experienced team, unlike Northwest, who has a lot of young and inexperienced players.
Well, you know, every spring I like to cover the action of these women's softball in the area. They have a lot of heart, and they're worthy of getting just as much coverage as some of the other sports. Of course, 2018-2019 school year is winding down. That's another thing this sport reminds me of, that the school year is almost over for everybody.
Yeah, softball officially starts the countdown for the 2018-2019 school year. During the spring sports, obviously track and meet as well going on right now. Northwest will pitch first, being the home team.
Well, Coach Fields, Coach Benson, Deb Fields, and Lisa Benson, they've been running the show with this women's softball team here at Northwest for, I'm guessing, at least got to be 6 years now, maybe even more. I didn't get the umpires' names before this game. It's one of the things I like to always know before the game starts, is the officials or the umpires, but in case they come up with a call that's controversial.
So Shelby Hartness will be the pitcher for today's game, and we are just about ready to get this one going here at Northwest High School, Northwest and Deer Park. Girls softball, first pitch is thrown, it's a strike, and we are off.
So the leadoff batter here for Deer Park is B. Weaver, and I don't have any first names. This ball's hit high down the left field line in foul territory, just at the feet of the left fielder, cruising over him.
Seems like the outfielder, the effort wasn't there. That was number 11, Kaylee Elam. Seems like she was jogging. A little bit more effort, might have been able to haul that one in foul territory. 0-2 the count.
Ball's hit hard to left. This one is going to drop in foul territory.
Deer Park hitting the ball hard early. As you mentioned, this is Bailey Weaver, the senior, who plays second base and pitcher for Deer Park.
Ball's hit hard straight away. Second base over to pick it up for the first out of the ball game. Second out, excuse me.
That was Naomi Flynn, the junior, with a nice pop-out catch for a quick out for Northwest.
Yeah, that was the first out. I was looking at the scoreboard wrong here.
And when we look at this game, we know Deer Park is an offensive juggernaut.
Ball was bunted. It was picked up. And
that was out.
Fair territory.
And I took the words right out of my mouth. This is a Northwest team. If they want to beat Deer Park, there cannot be errors in this game. We know Deer Park scores runs in bunches. They can score 20 runs in a heartbeat. And we're saying that in a softball environment. So Northwest has to be really clean in the field today. You can't give this Deer Park team any extra outs.
Nice pitch.
Strike 1-2. Second batter.
Nice defense playing in on the corners at first and third. Everybody else playing straight away.
This is Savannah Miller, the senior, who's batting now for Deer Park.
So there is 2 outs, and this is the number 3 batter, Savannah Miller. Pitch on the way. It's going to be a ball.
That one outside.
A lot of wind today. I can feel this wind is going to be a factor. Probably going to hold some balls up.
A lot of fly balls. That one hit right in front of us, behind the catcher. A 2-2 count with 2 outs. Excuse me, 1 ball.
Shortstop camping under it for the Knights. And that's going to retire the side.
It's a good start by Northwest. 3 best hitters for Deer Park all retired in order. Now Northwest will look to start hot against this Deer Park team.
Towards Deer Park, they have a pretty solid pitcher of their own.
We have Seitzer, Flynn, and Hartness as the 1-2-3 coming up for Northwest.
It's like this pitcher for Deer Park, Sam Shavice. She's got a 3-1 record with 28 strikeouts so far this season. Tori Mackey's the catcher, so I'm sure he's been in battery mates for a while now.
Yeah, Tori Mackey, we discussed earlier how offensively gifted she's been, and she's also calling the shots behind the plate. Also much of a do-everything player for Deer Park.
That ball's got some movement on it. We're seeing her standing right behind this catcher. You can see this ball dancing when she lets go here.
Samantha Strebus, the senior infielder and pitcher, is on the mound. .23 strikeouts, a 3.94 ERA. So we see that she does get a lot of strikeouts, but she does also give up her share of runs. For Northwest, capitalizing early will be big.
Well, I was at a game one day, I think it was last week, where the Knights were playing against Middletown Fenwick. Middletown Fenwick had a dominating pitcher. She had a lot of experience, but the Knights made her work. Made her run deep in counts. They weren't swinging at anything. And they finally worked her to where they won the game.
And Samantha is the main pitcher for this Deer Park team. Savannah Miller and Valerie Leyland are the only other 2 pitchers that have pitched, and they've pitched a combined 8 innings. So yeah. Savannah is the horse for this Deer Park team.
Yeah, and talking to the Deer Park coach before the game, Coach Heather Sauerbeck, she did mention that this girl's basically their heart and soul on the pitching hill. Looks like that's going to be a runner making it to first base. A little bit low on the throw from the shortstop.
That was Jamie Wolf, the sophomore, not able to hold on to the first, not able to pick the ball out of the dirt. And Northwest will have their first runner on base.
So there we go. Northwest, they like the situation where they got
Now Naomi Flynn batting. She takes a
ball
bunt.
bunted. It's gonna pitcher comes up with it, but it looks like it's gonna be out at first. But we got it safe at second. We're one out, runner in scoring position now for the Northwest Knights here.
And after a little bit of a struggle, Wolf makes a great play at first base. Another low throw, but she was able to scoop it really nicely.
So it looks like stepping in now with the bat for the Knights is going to be number 7, Shelby Hartness.
This is the most dangerous bat in the Northwest lineup. We'll see if she'll drive in a run.
Ball outside.
She has a runner in scoring position. This is where she's the most dangerous.
Yeah, well, that's the part from what I saw. These Knight batters are not going to give away cheap strikes. They got a good eye for the strike zone, and they're not swinging at garbage.
A quick 2 balls. And honestly, Jack, I wouldn't be surprised if they stay away from Hartness, knowing how dangerous she is at the bat. Maybe Deer Park has the mentality that somebody else is going to have to beat them, not Hartness.
Nice.
She swings right through that pitch. 2-1 count.
Ball had a lot on it there. Ball's called a strike. Painted outside corner with that one, I guess.
Now Savannah works it back to a 2-2 count. We'll see how aggressive Hartness is. We see her choking up on the bat. And that'll be ball 3.
Coach Deb Fields down in the third base coaching box, indicating some instructions.
3-2 count. And Hartness draws the walk. Now Northwest is in business right now. We'll see if they can capitalize with some clutch hitting here in the first inning. 2 on, only 1 out. And now Haley Russell coming to the plate, the cleanup hitter. Russell, the senior, who plays catcher and shortstop for the Knights.
Pitch on the way. That's called a strike. So it looks like this pitcher for the Wildcats is going to be able to throw enough strikes to keep this interesting. Nobody's going to stand there and just get walks and wild pitches all over the place. Ball.
Now we see Samantha using a lot of the outside. She's not going inside a lot, trying to paint the outside corner a lot with these first 4 batters. She finally goes inside and throws a great pitch.
That was definitely a pitcher's pitch there. One ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Excuse me, 1 ball, 1 strike. Let's call it. 2-2 count. Here's the pitch. Ball low.
Northwest doing a good job of making Samantha throw pitches, not swinging at a lot. They're going to make her throw strikes.
That's right. That's what I saw was their strength in the Fenwick game. Ball 4.
And that's 2 straight walks given up by Samantha Shreebies. Bases loaded, 1 out. Aaliyah Flowers.
Number 1, Aaliyah Flowers standing in there for the Knights.
Aaliyah Flowers also plays basketball for Northwest. She's a 2-sport star.
Pitch on the way. Pitch
Showing
is
bunt.
bunted. Backspin foul territory. Yeah, when I was at the game last week, Aaliyah's father, he was sitting with the bleacher crowd down there in the right field corner by the pesky pole and kept it live, cheering for his daughter. But I don't see any crowd down there in the bleachers tonight.
Oh, and 1 count to Flowers. That one's low.
Coach Fields down there shuffling some signs to the batter. Peyton Cole. Pitch on the way here. Hammered foul. The wind is singing though.
Actually, they pinch hit, looks like, for Flowers. Now it's Peyton Cole for Northwest.
Strike two, 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Peyton Cole, the sophomore.
So the Northwest going to their bench early in this game. Ball's hit hard down in front of the Northwest dugout.
Peyton Cole hanging tough in this at-bat. And that's a ball.
2-2. He's got to throw strikes. There's nowhere to put her. Pitch on the way. Ball low.
And that's a ball.
Full count.
Now Northwest has a chance to walk in a run right now.
This is where, if she throws a good hitter's pitch, go ahead and swing and get everybody off these bases. This ball's hit to the second baseman. Goes over to first, and that's an out, but the Knights score a run. Lead this game 1-0.
No, Northwest had 2 outs, so they will not score a run.
Okay.
Actually, I think we didn't catch that, Jake, that when Flowers had the bunt down, she was not able to get it down on the first try, which resulted in an out.
So now, will Flowers be able to go? It looks like you're questioning if she can go back in the game on defense.
So Northwest threatens, but not able to get a run against Deer Park here in that first inning. We are off to the second.
Okay, so Flowers is going back in on defense.
And it was a little bit of confusion we saw with Flowers last inning bunting, and then all of a sudden Peyton Cole coming in to take the at-bat. She grounds out, but for Deer Park, they didn't give up a run, which is all they care about.
That's true.
And we are ready to start this second inning. Jamie Wolf, who had a lot of work in that first inning on defense, will lead off.
You know, John Shabline, he's the head coach of Deer Park Wildcats. Got them playing at a lofty 4-1 record. Seems to be no nonsense with the team before the game. So here's the first batter for the Wildcats in the second. So number 23,
That would be Jamie Wolf.
first baseman. Pitch on the way. That's a ball. There's a strike. 1-1.
Wolf coming in with a .600 batting average, hitting very well this year, having 9 hits.
Well, that's a lofty batting average, of course, in this type of stuff. Female softball, some of these averages can get up there.
Absolutely. And with how many runs they've been scoring recently, there's no surprise that a lot of these young ladies are batting above 500. That one fouled back.
So we'll call it a 2-2. Line in the pitch. Call the ball, ball 4.
That was a very close call. Umpire decides to give Wolf first base. And now we have the pitcher, Samantha Shreebies. We'll see if she can help her own cause here for a big hit. Deer Park, she grounds that.
Straight back to middle, the second out. Safe at first. It's all right, they got the lead runner cut down.
Yeah, we know at this level it's really hard to get double plays as the line isn't very long. So Northwest did the right play. A ground out to shortstop, get the lead runner.
That's right.
And now we have Anna McNulty, the junior, batting now for Deer Park.
Junior second baseman. Line pitch. Ball's hit. Looks like the pitcher comes up with it.
Looked like she got that off of the end of the bat. Wasn't able to get much power generated under that swing. And a nice easy out for Northwest. 2 down in the inning.
Well, looks like we're going to send a left-handed batter to the plate for the Wildcats.
That's the senior Emily Winter. Winter watches a high ball.
Oh, that's the catcher, Tori Mackey. Ducks out a little bit.
Oh, yeah, excuse me. My apologies. Yes, that is Tori Mackey. The roster has the numbers jumbled up on my screen. We know Mackey's the most dangerous hitter in this lineup.
So she's got a 3-0 count on her, so she'll probably end up with a free pass.
Mackey with 13 RBIs this season, by far leading the Cincinnati Hills Conference.
Called a strike, painted the outside corner. Mackey steps back in there. Ball 4.
And Northwest doesn't really want too much to do with Mackey. They will give her the base on balls. They realize how dangerous she is.
Well, that's fine. You don't want to let Mackey beat you. You just have to make sure that everybody plays top-notch defense and at least cuts the lead runner down.
Now we have Valerie Leyland at the plate, the junior.
Strike call. Valerie Leyland, junior left fielder here, pitch on the way to her. Swing and a miss.
Valerie very fooled by that one. Didn't look like she saw that anytime it came out of the hand. Northwest now ahead, the 0-2 count. Hartness looking to finish the second inning. That one hit the dirt.
Gets away. Runners are going to advance.
And now Northwest is in a little bit of trouble.
That's right. They're going to have to tighten up.
Hartness looking to get out of the inning. They're going to say that's a
1-1.
ball.
Line in the pitch on the way. This ball's hit hammered at the second baseman. Throw over to first, out, but that is going to do it.
That was a great job by Hartness right there. Got into a little bit of trouble, threw a wild pitch, but came right back to Leland and got her out. No harm, no foul for Northwest as we head into the bottom of the second inning.
Yeah, in order for the Knights to put that squelch to that rally, that was good. Now it's going to be up to them to see if they can add some runs of their own here.
Both teams have been really good in the field so far to start this game. We did see an error at first base, but it wasn't a great throw, one that Wolf couldn't handle in the first inning. Other than that, it's a very stifling defense by both teams. We'll see how long that can continue.
With the way this wind is blowing, I'm thinking anything hitting the outfield in the air could be an adventure.
That could be trouble for both teams. Seems like we got a good 15 to 20 mile per hour breeze with us right now.
I'm just glad that whatever they did, the field's in good condition where we don't have that dust bowl set up where we'd be getting hammered with dirt in our faces. Oh, pain.
Trying to watch the game with a bunch of dirt in your eyes is not fun. And now Deer Park ready to get this going. Mackey coming out as she was on base. Needed a minute to get her catcher equipment on. Samantha will come out for her second inning. We are ready to go.
So it looks like the Knights are going to send number 11 to the plate, Kaylee Elam. Try to get this second inning.
Now Elam is a young star for this Northwest team. She's only a freshman, so she's very young into this program.
Pitch on the way. Called a strike. Elam steps out of the batter's box, takes a look at Coach Fields in the third base coaching box, and steps back in looking for the next pitch to her.
That seemed like it was Elam's pitch. Looks like she wanted to swing, but she held back. And I think that's what Coach Fields is telling her. He said if you're going to commit to it, commit fully.
Well, that's right. You swing the bat at some point. Ball. 1 ball, 2 strike count here. Because I see outfielders in like daydream position if you could just hit this ball. Fouled into the catcher's mitt for a strikeout there.
3 pitches, 3 strikes for Samantha on that play. A quick out. Now we have Lauren Carroll coming up for Northwest. Carroll, the senior, who plays first base and outfield for the Knights.
Pitch on the way. That's a ball. Line in the pitch. Foul.
Fouled back. We've already seen a couple of those come right back at us, Jake.
That's right. Makes you jump for a second there.
I saw a replay on social media. Now we have the umpire looking back at us, making sure our heads are up.
Well, the fence is a nice, sturdy fence, so.
And if for some reason the ball goes through, I think we'll take one for the team.
I'm not. I'm ducking.
I'll jump in front of you if needed.
Okay, so here we go, the one in the pitch. Ball's foul. That's a scorcher. Yeah.
We had our cameraman almost get his head taken off by that foul ball. In these high school games, when the ball goes over the fencing, it's all fair game for somebody who could get hit. And luckily, everybody's okay on that side right now, but our cameraman's good. Looks like he's putting a helmet on right now.
Well, he had a helmet anywhere. I saw that helmet. I'm like, where'd that come from? Fouled again.
Foul on the same side.
Lauren Carroll, she could straighten this out a little bit.
We see the power being displayed by Carroll. Looks like she's a little late on these pitches with the foul balls.
Yep. She could just, get that ball in play and rattle around in that out right field corner maybe for him. Twirling this ball. Here's the pitch on the way. Inside.
Carroll almost beamed on that play.
Up around the chin.
And now we see Carroll has a big gap, Jake, in the right center field area. If she can able to hit this opposite field, this could go for a double or a triple.
Ball 4.
But instead she will walk and she will get on base regardless. We see the right fielder playing really close to the foul line. A lot of room in that right center field gap. Something that Northwest might be able to take advantage of here in the next coming innings. Morgan Hughes, the junior, looking to make her mark on this game early. Shows bunt but pulls back.
Hughes looking down at Coach Deb Fields on third base for the next sign. Looks at her cheat sheet on her wrist for what the solution to this is going to be here. Nice.
Shows
pitch.
bunt again, doesn't, pulls back, but that one is right down the middle, called strike.
So that's the pitch you want to be getting on. I mean, it was a good pitcher's pitch, but it was a good pitch for a hitter, too. That's a ball. Ball, 1 strike count.
Looks back at her wrist, steps back into the plate.
Pitch on the way.
They're going to get a strike. And right now it really looks like Morgan Hughes is backing away from the plate. She's not showing much aggressiveness at the plate right now.
Yeah, she looked like she's looking for a walk. Got to swing that bat. And she looks out.
Same
Strike
thing on that
3.
last pitch. She was backing out of the plate before the pitch even got to home plate.
Yeah, this pitcher, it looks like you're going to have to swing the bat at some point. She'll just keep spinning them on past you. Deer Park comes in here. From what I understand, they played against Connor over in Kentucky. And I frankly didn't know the girls softball was crossing state lines for some of these ball games. Connor is a pretty good team in Kentucky. Pitch on the way. That ball's bunted. Foul.
Seems like with the schedule they want to get outside the usual barriers that they have in the Cincinnati Hills League and the SWOC, looking to gain some new foes, trying to make your team better as much as they can.
Yeah, as they should. You should have a good competitive schedule. You know,
We see that a lot in football, especially with the higher ranked teams from the Californias, the Georgias, the Ohios. In softball, you don't see it much, but it is always nice to see when it happens.
ball's got a lot of English on it. It's going to get under the glove of the second baseman. They're going to call interference possibly on the
They
runner.
will call interference, and I think that's a good call. It looked like there was contact before the fielder could field it. That was a good call.
So that's going to end the inning for the Knights. Brings us to the top of the third. Nothing ball game here.
Both pitchers pitching well right now. We have had multiple runners on base, but a lot of good clutch pitching for Deer Park and Northwest. We'll see who's going to be the one to strike first, because every inning, both of these teams have had runners on base.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's only a matter of time with these two offensively gifted teams that someone strikes.
Well, I think the infielders are playing a respectable game, and they're going to have to test the skill of these outfielders to find out where the weak link is, maybe. Oh, I see we got some attendees down there in the right field bleachers now. They're not very vocal. Of course, the Knights haven't given them a whole lot to cheer about, but
The majority of the Northwest fans are actually behind us on the right side, behind home plate. And it seems like the right field bleachers are mostly empty.
well, a couple of years ago they put those right field bleachers in. I call it the pesky pole. It's like that short right field corner. You got the seats right there out at the fence. I think I saw a couple home runs right over there. It's a Titanic shot when they get one up there and over that fence.
And with that wall being short, you already know there's always going to be some type of fan interference there sometimes. Some fan is going to come and try to jump, try to take the ball. There's going to be some controversy regarding if there will be a home run or not. It's only a matter of time.
Pitch on the way.
That ball almost hit her.
Top of the third inning starts with a ball. Ball 2.
Now Hartness having a little bit of hard time controlling her first couple pitches going inside.
Yeah, well, this is where you got to be careful at some point to make sure she gets over the plate. She's going to throw a lollipop up there. 3-0. But she's got to throw enough strikes for these outfielders to stay alert. The defense has to stay alert. I'm seeing body language on some of these defenders like they're not really into it. It's called a strike.
Yeah, I see what you mean, Jake. A lot of lopsided bodies out there not getting in position quickly. We hope that doesn't cost Northwest. And that will be a ball. Hartness was never really in that at-bat after the quick 3-0. Struggled to find the strike zone on that one. And now number 12, Bailey Weaver coming back. Weaver, the senior, back to the top of the lineup. Second time around for Hartness.
Pitch. It's called a strike.
Weaver quickly steps back into the box.
Hammered at third. Gloved by the third baseman. Called safe.
They're going
at
to call her
second.
safe. That's a big play right there, Jake. Now 2 men on. Instead of 1 on, 1 out, it's 2 on, no out. Third baseman not able to glove it and get it in time to the second baseman. And now Deer Park is in business with no outs.
Sending this left-handed batter to the plate here. First pitch. This is butted. It's going to be in fair territory. Long throw to third. Out at third.
What a great play by Northwest right there. Peyton Cole fires a strike over to the third baseman to get the lead runner.
That's what you need if you're Northwest.
Great recovery right there by Northwest. I think everybody in this stadium so far, Jake, thought that was going to first base, but Cole throws a laser to third to get the lead runner.
Yep, that's the rotation, the Northwest defense. The third baseman, Flowers, was in. She couldn't get back over there. The shortstop was alert to make the throw. And, Flowers did good on the previous play to keep that ball from winding up in the outfield.
And now Savannah Miller at the plate, the number 2 hitter for Deer Park.
Wind the pitch.
And that ball
hit her.
That ball hit her. We've seen Hartness living on the edge in this inning, throwing a lot of balls inside, and it finally catches back up to her with a hit batter.
It's like bases loaded now for Deer Park.
Now 1 out. Bases loaded. This is where Deer Park can open the scoring right here, and they could open it big.
Hartness pitch on the way. Strike 1. Good movement on that pitch.
Now we have Wolf looking to break this game open for Deer Park. And that ball got away from her, and that's going to be a run for Deer Park. Weaver scores from third on a wild pitch by Hartness.
Well, the Knights, like you said, they was dodging a bullet, but too many things added up to trouble this inning.
That's what we alerted to earlier. Wild pitches, errors, mental mistakes costing Northwest in this inning. Hit by pitch.
Looks like Hartness is trying to aim this ball now. She's a little bit frustrated, disappointment, maybe with some calls. Now she's trying to make the perfect pitch by aiming it. Not a good plan. Ball's hit high, hard, deep in the center field, and it's over the fence for a home run for the Deer Park Wildcats. He's going to clear the bases, Stefan.
So now all 4 runs will score for Deer Park as Wolf launches a blast over the center field fence, a no-doubter. Jake, I think everybody knew when that left the bat, that was gone.
Yeah, it had a good sound. I wanted to say it sounded like good wood, but you can't say that anymore. But yeah, and it got up in the air, and that wind looked like it's blowing it a little bit in, and it still got out of it.
Absolutely. Great at-bat by Wolf. And now Deer Park blows this game right open. A 4-0 lead. And now we'll see if Hartness can get out of this inning. The damage is done. We'll see if the damage can be put on control at this point.
Yeah, at this point, Hartness might as well throw this ball, get out of this inning.
Hartness not happy with some of these calls by the umpire. You can visibly see she is a little angry right now. Maybe causing some of her
Swing and a miss.
her control problems so far in this inning.
Well, it's going to be up to her offense to get some runs. Like, 4 runs isn't all that much. I mean, I'd rather have them than not have them, but that's why you got a team. These guys can get some runs together. I seen them score 4 runs in an inning. Pitch on the way. This ball's hit high in the air. Third baseman backing up, and Flowers gloves it for the out.
Good play by Flowers. Now Hartness, good job getting the next batter out. Calming down a little bit, get out of this inning. And for Northwest, hopefully go score some runs. Deer Park starting to find their groove on the offensive end.
Pitch on the way. That's a strike.
Now this is McNulty.
Yeah, well, she's got to get that bat off her shoulders. You don't look at a pitch like that.
That one fouled right off the side of her leg.
No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs.
Northwest desperately trying to get out of this inning, as it has been a bad one for them.
Ball's fouled off on the screen. I don't know, McNulty, she looks like if she gets a hold of one, it could be trouble. Could be some 2-out lightning. So have you been down to see your local Redlegs play yet this year? Well, ball's caught by the second baseman and gloved, and that'll do it. But here we find ourselves at the bottom of the 3rd inning with the visiting Deer Park Wildcats holding on to a 4-0 lead over our Northwest Knights.
And now Jamie Wolf, obviously the big bopper in that inning. And going back to your question, Jake, I have not yet seen the Reds play. And right now I'm happy about that with their 1-3 record. A lot of, cheer for opening day. Derek Diedrichs, late inning home run, his heroics. But Cincinnati Reds, the hitting has not been there these first 4 or 5 games of the season. And, which is ironic because last year we all thought that was their problem. The Reds couldn't pitch, the hitting was going to be there. But now, starting off this year, I know it's early, there's 162 games to play. So we're very, very early into the season. But so far, I'm not liking what I'm seeing out of the Reds hitting.
I don't blame you. Is their defense? How's their defense? Is their offense? Is their outfield defense playing respectable?
Yeah, overall, defense is not bad. Scott Shebler is having, I'd say, a little bit of a hard time getting used to center field. A couple runs came off. We thought maybe he could get there. That we thought last year, Billy Hamilton, obviously universally known as the fastest man in baseball. Many Reds fans thought he could have got to some.
Well, I don't want to hear that because it was never good enough for him, for the Reds fan, that this guy was a great defender.
Absolutely. So, Reds fans complaining about Billy Hamilton is not valid because they always complained about his hitting.
Yeah, and I'm like, well, Cesar Geronimo wasn't nothing with a bat either. He just had a better team around him.
Well, hopefully the Reds can get it. They start a 4-game series with the Pittsburgh Pirates tonight.
Oh, that's right. In Pittsburgh, yeah.
And now we are ready to get things going here in the bottom of the 3rd. Northwest looking to cut into this 4-run lead.
Naomi Flynn at the plate looking to get started for the night's pitch on the way.
There's no better time for Northwest to strike now. 2, 3, and 4, your best hitters in this lineup.
That's right. There's no need to wait till 2 innings from now. You might as well get it back right now. Here's the pitch. Foul ball.
Looks like Flynn showed bunt late.
Looks like it nicked our catcher for the Wildcats. And so number 10, Miss Mackey.
And Deer Park does not want to see any type of injury to their star player, Mackey.
One ball, one strike count here. Twirling this ball on her hip. Pitch on the way. Strike. Swinging.
Flynn swung right through that. I think she was looking to make that a 4-1 game with that swing. Without question.
Best thing she could do to help her team is get on base.
Now 2-1 count. See what Samantha comes back here.
This ball's hit hard. Second baseman won't be able to get it. It's
Right up
gonna
the
be
middle.
a base hit.
And now Northwest looking to cause some damage. Great at bat by Flynn there. Didn't do too much with it. We saw that second strike. She tried to hit a home run, obviously. In that one, just quick contact, a quick base hit straight into center field.
Shelby Hartness up here with the lumber, with the aluminum, trying to help her cause.
We're so used to watching professional baseball, we just think everything is all the bats are wood. And now Hartness, we know, is the best hitter as well for this Northwest team. She could do damage right here to help her cause after she struggled at the top of the third.
Pitch on the way. It's going to be a ball outside. Hartness looking down at Coach Deb Fields, but you don't have to be psychic to know what she told her, I'm guessing. Hit it off that Rumpke side. This ball's hit high in the air, straightaway center field. Glove for an out.
Hartness flies out, and that's a big out for Deer Park. You dispose of Northwest's best hitter with the runner staying on first base. Can't get any better for Deer Park. And now number 8, Haley Russell, the senior, batting for Northwest.
Russell digs herself a place and she stands in. Pitch on the way. Ball's hammered down the right field line.
And that one is foul by inches. And as you alluded to with the wall, that's where that ball was going, into the right field corner. But Deer Park lets out, and that will be a foul ball, and we will do it again.
Russell stands in again. Wind, pitch on the way. That's the ball. Runner taking off for second base. Wild throw. She's going to be safe at second base.
It looks like Mackey had her. If the shortstop would have had a clean play on that one, it looked like the runner was out. Luckily for Northwest, there was a wild throw, and now they have a runner in scoring position with only one out.
Well, if I was involved in this from a coaching standpoint, I would send runners more often. I'd make them, because more than likely they're not going to have perfect throw.
Yeah, absolutely, especially with Northwest's case being down 4 runs.
Mm-hmm.
The only option you have at this point is to be aggressive.
Pitch on the way. This ball's hammered high in the right field. Right fielder drifted back over her glove, and it's going to roll to the wall. Runners are rolling around the bases for the Knights. We got one run in. Throw to the plate, safe. Our runner stays at second base, though, which she could have made it.
An opposite field hammer by the young lady.
Yeah, she put a lot of good meat on that. So now the Knights, though, they're showing fight. I mean, that's what you do. You come back the next inning and show some resolve.
Haley Russell looking to start a little bit of a rally with that double down the right field, right over the right field's head.
So we got 1 out, 4-1 score. Second baseman coming way in.
Now we have Flowers. We saw Flowers had the controversial at-bat last time. After she showed bunt, she was taken out. We had a little bit of confusion, and now it looks like she's showing bunt again. So we'll see what happens.
Or at some point, she's a left-handed batter. The weakness of the defense is probably the right field line. I'd let her swing away. I mean, that right fielder didn't look all that hot trying to get. Of course, that was a well-hit ball, don't get me wrong, but hey, off the third base foul territory.
And we have 2 young ladies playing over there with sticks, and it doesn't look like they have any interest in getting the softball.
Really?
Oh, now she got it. She just got it.
Looks like over there here's a pitch on the way. This ball's bunted. Foul ball.
Seems like Flowers is having a really hard time getting the button down tonight.
And see, the game I saw her playing, she can handle that bat. She can swing that bat and handle it. I just let her swing away. She's probably frustrated the way her last at bat went down anyway. That's a ball. Flowers looks at her cheat sheet on her wrist, steps back in the plate. Pitch on the way. Ball 4.
And now another young lady reaches base. Northwest still threatening here, looking to score some more runs.
Well, now we got number 8, Peyton Cole, at the plate now for the Knights. 1 out. I would send that runner on second base. Let's call the ball.
And now we see Samantha having a hard time hitting the strike zone, just as Hartness was last inning. Northwest should capitalize on this. Now we have Peyton Cole, who with the one swing of the bat can tie this game.
Pitch at the first baseman. She stumbles and muscles, but picks it up in time to tag first base for the out. Now the Knights have runners on second and third with 2 outs.
So maybe not exactly what Peyton Cole wanted, but it is a productive out as both runners will move up.
That's true.
And now with the one swing of the bat, we can have a 1-run game or possibly a tied game.
Kaylee Elam, number 11, steps in there.
Elam, the young freshman, looking to make her mark early in her Northwest career.
Ball. Pitch is a little bit high. Coach Deb Fields down there in the third base box, indicating some signs. Ball 2.
Elam now can be aggressive with an 0-2 count. 2-0 count, excuse me. Now 3-0.
3-0, low. Look at that. Out. You got to give it to Deer Park. They caught, that's number 8 for the Knights. Haley Russell called herself.
I'll tell you what, Jack, I don't know what Haley Russell's doing on that play. Once the ball gets thrown into the catcher's mitt, you have to get back. I don't know what she was doing waiting for Deer Park, looking him in the eye, and that throw was
You're right.
out quick.
I guess, it's softball, but it is a variation of a rope-a-dope kind of move. Like, I'm just standing here and bluffing and the catcher called the bluff and threw it and nailed her out. That's the visiting team, but that was a good play.
Great play by Mackey right there. So that will end any chance Northwest has to bring it closer. Although coming off of Samantha the way they did, it shows hope for the next coming innings for Northwest. And now we will head into the 4th inning with Deer Park leading by a score of 4-1. So after no action the first 2 innings, we have a lot of action here in that 3rd inning, Jake. 5 runs scored total.
Yeah, and that's the Knights. They could have got more, but now they're going to have to make sure they shut these guys down. They don't need Deer Park adding on anything else. So we're in the top of the 4th inning now. Scoreboard is indicating 3rd inning, but I believe it's top of the 4th.
Now we will be going into the 4th inning. Our scoreboard guy will fix that, hopefully. From what we're aware of, our cameraman is keeping the camera on a baby.
Print your last name. Print it.
Now we're ready to start this 4th inning.
What's the phonetic? The phonetic spelling. Ivy. Ball hit down third baseline, foul.
We saw her third base coach almost get hit upside the head with that ball. He was running out of the way.
Well, a day like this, it wouldn't sting all that much. But early in the season, I'm sure we had some of those cold, stinging weather kind of days.
And I think a little bit of a bold move by Northwest by keeping Hartness in the game. We saw her struggle last inning, but Northwest will trust her, and they have sent her back out.
Well, I think according to conversations, that's mainly their mainline pitcher. They
Absolutely. We mentioned earlier that there's no really other pitching player that gets any significant pitching time other than Hartness. So they are going to count on her. They're going to ride her through thick and thin.
Well, at some point, I'm sure Waycross Media is going to cover Winton Woods girls softball this year. And 29th, they got a pitcher over there. I don't recall her name, but she can throw that ball. She's back on the team this year.
Yeah, that is the Aiken and Winton Woods game that we will be covering at Waycross. Look forward to that game.
I do too. This ball's hammered. First baseman gloves it, throws over the second cover, and there's an out.
What a play by Peyton Cole. She didn't catch the ball, but a nice barehanded play. And a great play by the second baseman. I think that's Flynn covering her teammates back and getting the out.
Yeah, and you see that's what the Knights need. These people playing some good defense.
Great alert play by both of those young ladies to get the out.
You know, so now Hartness can stand in there knowing these guys are into the game. Pitch on the way. It's a strike.
And as we mentioned, there's still a long way to go in this game. We still have multiple innings to play. Northwest is not out of this game in the least.
That's right. You know, they can keep these guys off the scoreboard this inning. It's a big step for them. Pitch on the way. This ball's hit first baseman camps under it, and that's an out.
Peyton Cole getting a lot of work in this inning. She's done a really nice job at first base, Jack, tonight.
That's what you need. You don't want that ball being hit in the outfield. We see already things go very wrong when balls are hit in the outfield over here.
We saw a great throw. She had to third base to get a lead runner in the past inning. 2 straight plays here, really good. Peyton Cole having a great day in the field.
That's why you don't want to waste that great day in the field by not getting these bats set up. Pitch on the way here. This ball's bounced off the plate, foul ball.
Now Hartness looks to get out of this inning quick. So far, so good here in this 4th inning.
Yeah, quick is a key element too. This is a ball.
And what I've really noticed in this inning is that she's really calmed down on her control. We saw last inning she hit a batter. A lot of, uncharacteristic walks for Hartness, but this inning, she's really doing a good job of getting back to her ways and throwing good strikes.
Yeah. This ball popped up foul. Flowers camps under it near the dugout. She gloves it for the out, so that's going to do it for the Deer Park Wildcats in the 4th inning. Now we got the Northwest Knights coming up with a score of 4-1. They're trying to get back on the good side of this.
Northwest does exactly what they needed to do after a rough inning, maybe not ending the batting the way they wanted to, come back out, get a quick 1-2-3 inning, and now get back on the bats. Great play, great series of events there for Northwest, some great fielding by the corner infielders.
Yeah, and that's what you need is defense in these games. Balls start rolling around and people throwing it all over the place. These pitchers, they get discouraged by that. And then they feel they got to do it all on their own. They overcompensate, try to throw the ball through the wall. Yeah, looks like that one's going to be low. But this 4-1 score here in the bottom of the 4th inning, it's going to have to be the Knights getting somebody on base, creating some pressure,
And now we'll have Elam batting, because remember last time Russell was thrown out at third, so Elam will bat to start this bottom of the 4th inning. And now we are ready to get things going here in the bottom of the 4th.
It's like number 11, Kaylee Elam. Coach Lisa Benson imploring these players that, hey, she needs base runners down there to talk to.
Absolutely. Northwest has proven, especially last inning, that they can do damage against this Deer Park team. It's a matter of getting runners on base.
Pitch on the way. Called a strike. No ball, 2-strike count here.
Elam not happy with that strike call. She thought it was low.
Pitch on the way. Hammered.
You know, it looks like our Waycross community truck is going to have a dent in it one of these days with that softball almost hitting it. We hope our producer's going to be okay. Our producer, we don't want him getting hit by a softball.
I'm sure he'd rather see a dent than a broken window.
Elam looking to stay alive here in this count, a 1-2.
Wine, the pitch on the way.
That ball's low.
3-ball, 1-strike. I wonder if she's got the take sign here. No, she doesn't.
That ball right back to the pitcher.
So that makes it 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th for the night. Lauren Carroll will be the batter, number 14 now for Northwest. Pitch on the way. Ball low.
Looks like the wind is picking up here as well.
Very much so.
A lot of wind coming out looks like to our east.
Ball. See, that kind of wind that's hitting us now, again, anything hitting the right field corner would be aided by this wind.
2-0 pitch. 3-0.
3-0.
And obviously, if you're Carroll here, you don't swing at this pitch. 3-0.
No, make her throw a strike first so you can get a look at it. Pitch on the way. Here it is. That's a
And she did end up swinging. It was right down the middle, but
yeah,
she didn't get the most out of it as she fouled it off.
Here's the pitch. Hit hard. Gloved by the shortstop and out at first base.
What a play by the shortstop. Is that Weaver at shortstop?
Sam Shavers pitch strike.
And now we have Morgan Hughes, who we saw last time, was backing away from the ball. She was stepping out before the pitch was even thrown. We'll see if she has a little bit more of aggressive at-bat here.
You're right. Last time, that pitch is a strike. I think she spends too much time looking down at the third base coach because the third base coach has no bat to swing. I know that's the head coach. That's a strike.
That's 3 strikes.
That's gonna end it.
And that's Hughes again. She's seen 6 pitches, and she hasn't even thought about swinging at any of them.
Yeah, you don't want to see that. I mean, you got to swing the bat.
And now Northwest goes a quiet 1-2-3 in that inning. And as we will head to the 5th inning with Deer Park leading of a score of 4-1. This is uncharacteristic of Deer Park. Usually they have anywhere between 17 to 26 runs at this point in the game. But these are both really good teams, and nobody expected this to be a crazy high-scoring game.
I mean, it could still end up a bunch of runs scored at some point.
And now Hartness will come out for the 5th inning. She had a rough 3rd inning, but otherwise than that, she's been stellar. They have 4 runs, but overall it's not been a bad day.
Yeah, I mean, when she started aiming that ball and just trying to be too cute and make too perfect a pitch, and one batter come up with a perfect swing of the bat to that pitch. But the Knights here, they could have did a little more runs that inning when they had those ducks on the pond, as Coach Gearbrock used to say.
Yeah, we'll see
Duck
how
hunt.
much that out by Haley Russell, see how much that comes to haunt Northwest here in these next couple innings.
Sounds to me like you're setting her up for the most valuable player of the game. Do you give most valuable awards when you cover games? I saw a few of your games on the basketball court this year.
Yeah, we don't really, we don't really announce them,
Yeah.
as in like we pick ours, but without question, I think Weaver so far is the most outstanding player, but you also have to give Samantha some credit for pitching an outstanding game on the mound so far. But I think without question, if you're gonna have to pick one, it has to be Wolf. The big home run, 4 RBIs, or 3 RBIs,
This
excuse me.
ball's hammered in the left field, but picked up and gloved nicely by the left fielder.
So
on
at
one
this
hop.
point, I'd give it to Wolf because if she has the big at bat in this game. But I think Weaver's having a really good game, as we just saw, a nice hit to left field. We'll see how the rest of the game turns out.
Wildcats send a left-handed batter to the plate here. Runner goes. It's going to be safe at second. Again, that's why I would run more often, because chances are they're not going to throw you out. Too many things have to happen right to get thrown out.
And now Deer Park looking to add to their lead. Looks like the umpire will fix the bases. The second base that Weaver stole. Fix the positioning on it. Yeah, we will have a break in the action as Weaver slid and moved the base a little bit. Now they're going to measure it to make sure it's directly on point as it should be. So now looking forward, Northwest has to keep these runs down. They're down 3, in danger to give up more right now. These next couple batters are big for Hartness.
Yeah, and unfortunately for the Knights, they don't have anyone else that Coach Fields feels comfortable enough to put in there. So Hardness knows when she starts the game that it's all on her shoulders. Coach Fields is walking out there to the installation of second base.
Now the players will have a meeting on the mound while we get that second base situation taken care of. We have a lot of activities going on this Northwest campus. Straight across from us we have, seems like a youth program going on. Looks like a football program going on across from us on the football field.
Well, I'm looking forward to football season. And Northwest Knights are, of course, this year, they're going to be breaking in a new quarterback.
Football season is always exciting.
Jerry graduated, so whoever is going to replace him, that's going to be the man this coming year.
In Cincinnati, we know that high school football is religion in the city of Cincinnati, having the teams of, Witten Woods, having the Molars, the Colerains, St. X's of the world.
Of course, we're going to have the defending state champs, Cleveland St. Ed, come down and play Witten Woods this year.
Should be a really fun game.
So here's Hinton at the plate. Pitch. This ball's bunted. Foul.
And it looks like Northwest was expecting that, as Flowers and Cole were charging in as the pitch was thrown. So Northwest looks like they're ready defensively. And now they're just standing basically at home plate here, expecting this bunt.
Which, if it was me, I would just have her swinging away. Loops this over the first baseman's head. Ball. Runner undecided, but she stays at second. Top of the 5th inning. 4-1 score. Here's the pitch. Ball's hit over everybody's head, just foul.
And as you mentioned, Jake, that's exactly what they did with the third, with the corner infielders coming in. They let her swing away, try to get something over their head, and they had it. Just a little foul.
Yep.
Now we'll see if the corner infielders will be playing a little back, and it seems like they are. They're a few steps back than what they were last pitch.
Got 2 strikes. She can't bunt. Well, I mean, she can, but 2-2 count. No outs here.
No, 2-2 count. We'll see what she does. She swings and she strikes out.
Three. Ball's dropped and thrown to first base for the out, but the runner advances to third here.
So even though she struck out, she still gets the runner over because the catcher wasn't able to hold on to the ball.
Yep.
That's a big runner at third base right there.
Yeah, see, because this is the way they got that other inning started, similar to this, where pass ball or wild pitch, whatever it was the case, and just a runner here on third base scores and pitch on the way. Strike. Looks like the scoreboard, oh, okay, it was, the lights were flickering for a minute.
Yeah, I think although this wind is messing with the system, that one is hammered. But it will be a fly out. Has it. But the runner will score from third base. Weaver tags up. Elam had the ball. It was a nice catch out there, but it didn't look like she realized of the runner on third base. It was kind of a lackadaisical post-catch play.
Yep, she double pumped it and undecided and was covering where. And
who knows, maybe that's a play if Elam, uses her momentum, throws that ball at the plate. Maybe, we have more of a play rather than an easy score. Regardless, though, Deer Park gets on the board for another run with a 5-run lead. Runs. Now a 4-run lead. And now here comes the hero so far of the game, Wolf, with that big home run last time she batted.
Pitch on the way. Ball.
We'll see if Wolf is looking to get number 2 out of here.
2 outs, so if the Knights could just put them away here, strike 1.
That one right down the middle of the plate.
Shelby Hartness is, to her credit, trying to still be gritty and hang in there and not just give it up, but this ball's hammered foul.
That one's going to end up in the woods. Hartness looking to get out of the inning. 1 run, maybe not what you wanted, but it looked like it could have been a worse inning. So 1 run, they'll take that. That one high.
Hartness starting to aim this ball again. I think it could be possibly that she's tired.
A little bit of fatigue. We know she pitches every game for Northwest, so some fatigue showing would not be a surprise here.
Ball 4.
And on that one, I saw it on that pitch. That was more of a flick rather than a pitch. She just wanted to get that ball to the plate rather than trying to aim.
And most of these balls that she's aiming are coming in high. Pitch on the way. That's a ball high.
Now we have the pitcher Samantha Shreebies here looking to add to her cause on the mound.
Pitcher, that's Sam Shavice is what I'm told. Fouled off on the screen.
Fouled back. And I think after this inning, if Hartness can get out of this inning, we'll see if they're going to send her back out there for the 6th inning. She does look a little fatigued out there. We'll see if they're going to ride her or they will change.
That's a ball. See, they're probably going to have to find someone that can throw, because now, between being discouraged and tired, she can't get a strike. And Deer Park isn't going to do her any favors by swinging at a bad pitch. That's a ball. Winding the pitch here. That's a strike.
Now Hartness is one pitch away from getting out of this inning now. It's time for her to make this pitch.
It'd be better if she makes it on this pitch here, too. But she didn't.
But that one is high.
Ball four, and that's a walk.
Some control issues.
Here comes Coach Field going out there to the mound. Will she?
We'll see if she'll make a pitching change or not, or if she's just going up to talk to her. And as you can tell, this was needed. Past couple batters, she's having a hard time finding the strike zone. Looks a little tired on there, hands on her hips, hands to her sides. Doesn't have the same energy she had just a couple innings ago. And it looks like, from what I'm seeing, that they will leave her in.
Yeah.
I don't see any other pitcher coming in. I don't see anybody warming up on the sides. Looks like they are going to stick with Hartness for the rest of this inning and maybe even next inning.
Probably so.
Unless maybe they start warming somebody up when they go back to the dugout if they can get this last out. Because right now, there's nobody getting warmed up for Northwest.
But if they might as well leave Hartness in if they have to put someone in there to replace her who's just going to be tossing it up there for batting practice, kind of.
Absolutely. There's nobody else on this roster who has any, reasonable pitching experience, especially against a great hitting Deer Park team.
So here's Hartness. DeWine, the pitch on the way. This ball's hammered. Second base, lets it hit, picks it up, throws to first. 4 out. So
Great
that's
play
going
by
to do
Flynn.
it for the Deer Park Wildcats. So at the end of the top of the 5th inning, we have a score to Deer Park Wildcats 5 and the Northwest Knights 1.
So now the lead is back up to 4. Now as we head into the bottom of the 5th, it's time for Northwest to start putting some runs on the board. They have won, but now with the lead going back up to 4, it's time for these young ladies from Northwest to start swinging the bat.
Yeah, not only that, and when they do get on bases, they're going to have to roll the dice a little bit and send some of these runners.
Yeah, we've already seen Deer Park steal multiple bases already in this game.
This station to station isn't going to work when they're 3 runs down.
Now Northwest, we will have Grace leading off. Actually, I think that's Seitzer. Her long hair got me confused with the number she was wearing. Now Samantha also coming back out for Deer Park. She's pitching one heck of a game so far, only 1 run. And her defense helping her out a lot as well.
Yeah, and she's still got a live arm. Sam Chavis. She's got a live arm. Look at this throw. That ball's breaking.
Yeah, as we see her in warm-ups getting ready to start the 6th inning, it doesn't look like she has lost any velocity on her pitches.
That's right.
I think she's getting some extra rest, too, with Deer Park threatening in just about every inning. She's getting a lot more rest on the sides, when she's not batting with the energy still there. Northwest has to sustain an inning, get to Samantha and maybe score some runs here.
Yeah, they need some runs here. They're calling this the 6th inning.
Okay, so far I'm seeing with Hartness, she's having to battle every single inning, so many pitches every single inning.
This ball's hammered down the left field line, but it's going to be foul ball. Nice swing, though, on the first pitch.
But going back to it, yeah, Hartness, every single inning, she's just having to throw so many pitches and so many stressful at-bats. Northwest has to do some of the same to Samantha here, try to get her off of her rhythm. Sustain a long inning here. Strike 2.
Good pitch. Seeing another pitfall of these long innings is your defense gets, they lose their focus, their concentration, just like the left fielder caught the ball but didn't know where to throw it.
That one floated up in there by Samantha. I think she lost her grip and just floated that one in there.
Taking it around on the pitcher's mound and wind the pitch. That's a ball.
Now Seitzer works the count to 2-2. We saw that foul ball. That was hit hard. She's looking to do that again. This time just fair. That one fouled right back.
But this is a good at-bat we're getting from, who's this, number 9? Jenny Seitzer. Good bat.
Making Samantha work a little bit more instead of just 2 or 3 pitches, making her sustain a long count. And now she works it to 3-2. See if she's swinging on this full count. That's a ball. It's ball 4. That's exactly how Northwest wants to start off. A long at-bat.
Yep.
From 0-2 all the way to a walk. That was a great at-bat by Seitzer right there. And now Northwest has their first man on base. Or first lady, as I would say.
Naomi Flynn, the batter now. This is where they're going to have to roll the dice and send this runner. There she goes. The throw down to second base, she's going to be safe.
And that's what you've been preaching for. Start running. Start running.
Yep. Too many things have to happen right for the thrower out.
Now with the runner in scoring position, no outs. Northwest can do some damage.
That's right. Pitch on the way. This ball's foul over into the Northwest crowd.
We had a young lady, a very young lady, actually only about 3-4 years old. She wanted to go catch it, but her mother was not having any of it. She goes, "You are not getting hurt, young lady." Oh, 1 count after that foul ball.
Line pitch on the way. This ball's fouled into the screen.
Now an 0-2 count again.
This is all what you need if you're Northwest. People that want to swing the bat and not bunt the ball. They're trying to swing to get on base.
We saw Seitzer have an 0-2 count, work it to a walk. We'll see what she can do. But she will strike out. Swings right through it. Naomi Flynn is out. And now here comes the pitcher. Here comes Northwest's best hitter, Hartness.
Shelby Hartness, so we know no one's going to be trying to lay down a bunt here or anything like that. Pitch on the way. Call the ball.
Especially with Hartness being your best RBI girl, you're not even thinking about a bunt right now.
That's right.
You're thinking about getting the runs in.
I'd have this person on second, this runner. Of course, no, you got a left-handed catcher. Ooh, she faked him out.
And a heads-up play by Seitzer. As the ball was being thrown back, she took off for third base and she steals it. A little bit of a lackadaisical play by Deer Park, and Northwest takes advantage of it.
That's right. So I was getting ready to give this catcher props, figuring while she's a left-handed catcher, she has a nice angle for a throw down to third base. Pitch on the way. This ball's hammered in the right center field. No one's going to get
That's
to
into
it.
the gap. That's all the way to the wall.
She's on the second base, and the run scores, so...
Now Hartness takes advantage of that. That's the gap I was mentioning to you, Jake, earlier. There was a lot of room in that right center field gap, and that's exactly where Hartness gets it, right to the end of the wall. And she gets the RBI, and now it's a 3-run game.
Haley Russell at the plate now for the Knights.
Hartness's hot hitting continues as she drives in another run, trying to help her own cause.
5-2 score here.
And still only 1 out. More damage can be done.
Strike 1. That was a pitcher's pitch all the way right there. You might as well not even swing at that.
Now we have Haley Russell. She had the first RBI with that double down right field. We'll see if she can get it again.
Over the, no, this ball hits the ground. Second baseman scoops it. It's going to be an out at first. First baseman fakes the throw over to third.
The runner advances. Hartness goes to third. And now it will be up to Flowers to try to see if she can get her in, at least on the hitting. She could also walk, but we'll see if Flowers is aggressive here, trying to get this third run in. This third run is big.
This is what they need, this run.
Because we are late into this ball game at the bottom of the 5th. They don't have, Northwest is not going to have a lot more chances to get these runs back.
No. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Flowers took a good rip at it. Flowers double checking her sign from Coach Deb Fields down there, third base. Steps back in the batter's box. Foul ball.
Yeah, I think that was a foul tip off of the umpire's face mask. Looks like our umpire will take a second to kind of regroup on that one. He was walking around saying, he said he does not want that to happen to him again.
He's walking around saying, I liked you better when you was trying to lay down a bunt.
Yeah. I think he's begging Flowers for a bunt right now instead of fouling foul balls off of his face mask.
One, pitch on the way.
Strikeout.
3.
So Northwest does get on the board, scoring their second run as they get it back to a 3-run game, as they get the run back that was scored. But again, Jake, they're getting runs, but they're not getting them in bulk, and that's what they need at this point.
So as we go to the top of the 6th inning here, scoreboard is having some funny conniptions, doing this and that. But we got a score here, the visiting Deer Park Wildcats 5 and your Northwest Knights 2.
And now, interesting to see who they bring out. And from all intents and purposes, it looks like Hartness will go back out to pitch the 6th inning. Yeah, it looks like she will.
Is.
Yeah, she has her face mask on. It will be Hartness for the 6th inning.
You know, the saving grace that I like, these Northwest defense, they can get the balls, glove them, and maintain possession for the out.
Yeah, and so far, I think Hartness has done actually a really good job. We know 5 runs. It may not look great just from the stats, but I think she's handled this Deer Park lineup really well.
Yep.
This is a Deer Park lineup that can score in bunches, and I think holding 5 runs, you're keeping your team in this game against a great offensive team. So overall, Hartness, I think this has been a good game for her. Not her best by any means, but she's kept her team in this game.
And she has. It'd just be, for Northwest, if they had somebody else that they could bring in the game to pitch. Because it has to be discouraging knowing that. Doing all I can, there's nobody that can.
And now here, if you're Hartness, there's no more runs the rest of this game. You have to get 1, 2, 3 innings, or most importantly, you have to have no runs. Any runs right now could be just devastating for your comeback chances.
And just make them be a batter, Hartness. Just throw the ball, throw strikes, make them, beat you hitting the ball, not walking them.
Ooh, that ball thrown a little over her head. Mackey got out of the way. And so far, Northwest's defense has been really good. You got to trust your defense, even if you throw maybe not your best pitches, trust your defense instead of throwing it outside. The defense behind her has played really well.
Pitch on the way. That's a ball. 2 balls, 1 strike count. Pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Pitch is a little bit outside. I think she did
Mackey did.
A favor.
Yeah, that was going to be ball 3, but the swing makes it a 2-2. Looking to put Deer Park's best hitter away. This is a big out. That ball's high. Full count. Hartness again, starting this inning, having some control problems.
Mm-hmm. She really could do herself a solid if she could just find a way to do away with this batter right now. Pitch on the way.
That one's high and it will go foul.
It's going to land on the heel in the midst of folks. Now we got a wrestling match started over there. Guys choking with each other.
We had, looks like about 3-4 Northwest high school boys fighting for the ball.
Pitch on the way here.
And that's ball 4.
Ball 4.
And that one got away from, that at-bat got away from Hartness.
Okay, so Deer Park Wildcats. So the number 18 to the plate, Valerie Leyland. This is where the Knights got to be careful and stay alert.
Yeah.
Because this runner on first base. Right. Ball gets away, so the runner on first base gets down to second.
Pass ball. Some mental errors for Northwest. Not a lot of maybe Deer Park, maybe not so much beating them too much as Northwest beating themselves right now. Pass balls, just simple things like that.
Pitch on the way. First base, No one can kind of get to it, but
Peyton Cole, I think, visibly upset with herself. She slipped a little bit. I think she thought she could have caught that.
yeah, I don't think she would have caught it anyway.
Now an 0-2 count. Hartness looking to put her away. There's a runner in scoring position, so Hartness looking to do damage control as much as she can. That will be a ball.
That was, again, that's the pitch she tried to aim. She tried to place it in there, and better not throw two in a row like that. Pitch on the way here. Ball's hammered over our
Right
heads.
over our head.
1 ball, 2 strikes here. No outs.
Our announcer is screaming for me to get the ball, but I decided not to. And instead, Weaver will have the ball for Deer Park.
Foul ball.
Yeah, our producer just found out that I am not using a chair. I'm actually just on one knee, and hopefully next time I'll have a chair when I call a game.
Well, I'm sorry about that.
Oh no, it's no problem. I'm young.
I didn't have a chair. Okay, that ball's up in there and gloved.
Good play by Hartness.
1 out.
That's a big out by Hartness right there. Keep the runner at second base, an easy pop out.
Shelby Hartness twirling that ball on her hips to wind in the throw. Nice pitch.
Back to Hartness again. Throws it. Oh, and she throws it away.
Running down to score.
Oh, that's a rough one.
That's going to be an insurance run.
Now that one's got a sting for Hartness.
So umpire's calling a warning for throwing the bat. Bat was thrown and clubbed the Northwest catcher with that bat.
The run will count, and as mentioned, there will be a warning for Deer Park for throwing the bat after the ball was hit. And for Hartness, that's got a sting. An easy play would have been your second out. Instead, she throws it away, the run scores, and everyone is safe. That's gut-wrenching right there.
Now we got to see how nicked up the catcher is, number 8, Haley Russell. Pitch on the way. Runner on the way to second. Safe at second. Now we got this runner in scoring position with 1 out here.
Now the next pitch. Fouled right back. Now another 2-strike count. We'll see if Hartness can get out of this without any trouble.
You know, with 1 out, they got to make sure that runner on second base doesn't get a cheap advance like this happened earlier. Hammered, right center field.
That's going to be another hit. And that one gets by her.
Center fielder must pick up. Now they got to play at second base.
And she's safe.
Safe at second base.
That was a close call. And now Deer Park is blowing this game open. How big was that second out there, Jake?
Oh, pardon me?
I said, how big was that second out that Hartness threw away?
Yeah, it was big. I mean, here's a bunt down. Good bunt. Throw to first. Calling out at first. So that's going to be, what, 2 out? The scoreboard.
That would have been the third out if,
Yeah.
but instead she's going to have to face another batter. And it looks like it will be Miller. Savannah Miller.
Third baseman. This ball's hammered to third. Nice glove by Flowers. Throw to first. And they're calling.
And they say she did pick up the ball. Peyton Cole picked the ball up before the first base was reached. That was a great play by Flowers. That was a really nice scoop as it hit the dirt right before it hit her glove. And then right there we saw Peyton Cole drop the ball, but she did pick it up with her hand and was able to get that last out.
So here we go now to the bottom of the 6th inning with a score of Deer Park Wildcats. I want to say 7 to 2.
So those 2 big runs. Now Northwest has a lot of work to do on the offensive end. Those 2 runs are big. Northwest has to get runs in bulk. They only have 2 more chances. Only 6 outs to work with. Northwest has to use each one critically. And at this point, there's no bunting. There's no small play. Right now, you're driving runs in.
Yep, get on base. I just have to see what they come up with. I know late in games, I've seen Northwest get a little bit aggressive on the base pass where they'll bring somebody in off the bench that they think has got speed. But you want somebody who's been in the game. This late speed in the game, they're not into the game, where sometimes they get thrown out. Just have to see what they come up with here.
And now Cole will lead off the inning.
Well, look at that scoreboard. Somebody's got 82, 3 runs.
Wow, looks like Deer Parker's, actually Northwest, they're scoring. Looks like they have about 100 runs right now. That's a lot of runs that I didn't see.
Strike 1.
Cole swings right through it.
I think this Sam Chavis, she's not going to give it up. She's got the lead that she needs to put the hammer down now.
She's had a really nice game today. Even though she's gotten in trouble a few times, she's done a really good job of hanging in there, making her pitches, and getting out of innings, and most importantly, getting out of jams.
That's right. Here's the one, the pitch on the way. That's called a strike.
And now Peyton Cole is in a hole.
You don't look at a pitch like that in this situation. You know. That would have been a nice pitch to groove into right field.
That one fouled back.
Fouled back. We got a fan with a
And we got a fan with a great catch.
Guys, Baltimore Colt blue wearing fan down there.
He didn't even move. That was a pure catch. He had no fear. That was a great play. And he is acting like it's no big deal. He's acting like I've done this before.
Yep.
Get this man a contract.
Strike 3.
And that is going to be strike 3 on the next pitch.
DJ, the Northwest DJ, hasn't had many opportunities to celebrate over there today. This pitch off the glove of the pitcher. Second baseman up with the ball and throw to first for an out.
That one just some bad luck. As Samantha was able to get a glove on that and then go to second base. That looked like it was going to go right into center field for a base hit. But the glove was there by Samantha. And there will be 2 outs. Sometimes even the bounces are with you. And right now the bounces are for Deer Park.
There's the pitch on the way. This ball's hit
that one right through her. That's what it looked like was going to happen last at bat.
But that ball had smoke on it.
Absolutely. Right through the legs of Samantha.
Got 2 outs. Coach Deb Fields looks like she's going to make a roster move. Now again, she's going to her bench.
That is number 4, Zaya Flagg. This is the first time we're seeing her. This is a sophomore, an underclassman for Northwest, getting her first action of the day, pinch hitting in a crucial situation.
Well, I saw her by chance in that game when they played against Fenwick, and this girl can swing the bat.
We saw her be aggressive first pitch, fouls it off.
Yeah, this girl, and she has bat control. She can waste good pitches by the pitcher. At least she was that day.
And we see Flagg, as you mentioned, very aggressive, swinging out both pitches. She is up pitch again, and she is not here to take ball. She is here to swing the bat.
That bat's making that pinging sound when she makes contact. One and the pitch on the way.
And she does strike out on 3 pitches. Tough inning for Northwest. Tough inning for Northwest.
So as we go into the top of the seventh inning now, from Starry Night Stadium on the campus of Northwest High School, we have a score of the Deer Park Wildcats 7 and your Northwest Knights 2. As the Knights take the field, I'm not seeing that good of body language from these players.
Yeah, a lot of heads down, a lot of shoulders up. You know, if I'm Northwest, sure, maybe this game hasn't gone for you so far, but you still have an inning. You still have to play defense, and you still have an inning to hit. You got to have this energy. The game's not over.
You know, it's tough if you only got one pitcher. You got to have multiple pitchers. Because this way the pitcher knows I got to do my thing or else someone's waiting in the wings to replace me.
And now Northwest doesn't look like they have a second pitcher. And as we know they don't have a second pitcher. And now Hartness, maybe that gets into her mind, knowing that she has to be great, because if she's not, there's no other pitcher. So the complete pitching burden is on her.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe that takes a toll on her mentally.
Yeah.
And we know Hartness is a competitor. You know she wants the ball every time she goes out there. But, you know, fatigue is real. Mental and physical fatigue is real.
Well, this OHSAA girls softball, I've been covering it for a few years now, and it's a good spring sport. I enjoy it. I like to hibernate in the winter, so I'm eager to do something when they come out and do this. So pretty soon it'll be time to hang around and watch football practice here and there.
Absolutely, yeah. Summer. We have baseball season during the summer. But then right after that, we'll be right back into fall football season. And then shortly after that, basketball season.
3-0 count.
I actually just got done calling the basketball game. We went up to the University of Dayton to call the Moeller and Winton Woods game, as Winton Woods made the sectional finals. And it wasn't a close game, but the experience was really awesome. That was a walk.
Well, you know, like I said, I've heard you do a few games. You know, it sounded like that game that you did at, what was that? Walnut Hills High School. Northwest Girls was playing somebody.
I remember that. That was the girls.
Safe
and they're going to say she's safe.
Because the person throwing, oh my goodness.
And that was just a bad play overall by Hartness, by the covers. That was just not a good play by Northwest.
Yeah. Well, if you're covering, you got to get to the base so they can throw it to you.
And it doesn't look like there was much of energy. There was kind of lackadaisically trying to get to second base. You have to sprint to get to second base. And also Hartness, I don't think threw it to the right person. She should have threw it to the shortstop. So now 2 on, no out.
Looks like the scoreboard has taken permanent hiatus now for this game.
Looks like the scoreboard is done with us. Yeah. I don't think the scoreboard wants to cooperate with us anymore. I think maybe it's going to take one of these girls to hit the scoreboard with a home run to maybe get it to start working again.
Yeah.
Teach the scoreboard a little bit of a lesson.
Nice pitch, but
that one's
equally nice hit. Center fielder over to pick it up, gets this ball inside the field. Yeah, because
we saw the center fielder kind of just waiting to get the ball in.
Yeah.
And now Deer Park is having a little bit of a hitting clinic so far here in this inning, looking to completely blow the doors off this game. And right now, Northwest is seeing the one person they don't want to see. And that's
ball
Mackey.
Outside.
Tori Mackey, the senior.
First base playing in at third. Ball outside. Nowhere to put her.
You can't walk. We know she's the best player, but you have no bases open if you're Hartness.
This ball's hammered high. It's going to be.
That's going to stay in.
In play. Nice
Good
grab
catch by Flowers.
By Flowers.
Looks like she might have overjudged it coming in, but she extends her arm out and makes the nice catch.
Leah Flowers, that's a fine play.
Both of the corner infielders, Peyton Cole and Aaliyah Flowers, have both had excellent games on first base and third base. A lot of good defense being played for Northwest in terms of the corner infielders. And that's a big out. Mackey's, for all intents and purposes, the best hitter in the Cincinnati Hills League, and you're able to get her to pop out with the bases loaded. That's big.
Here's DeWine, the pitch on the way. Skips around. It's going to be a pass ball, but no advance.
I think they realize Wolf doesn't run that well, so they're not going to take a risk with only one out.
Harkness winds, deals. Ball's down in the ground, in the dirt, around somebody's feet.
And now Wolf on that one probably could have advanced in because the catcher did not know where the ball was, but she said, I'm not having any part of it. Now Hartness really struggling with her command right now. That's 2 straight pass balls.
Here's DeWine, the pitch.
And she walks in a run. Now this game has been blown open by Deer Park.
Yep, they put the scoreboard on tilt, but I imagine it's about 10 runs they got now.
I believe it's 9-2 if I'm not mistaken.
8-2?
8-2 actually, 8-2. But if Hartness doesn't make some pitches, it will be 9-2 very shortly.
Nice pitch. Called a strike.
One out in the inning, bases are loaded. So Deer Park still looking to make this inning big.
Ball's hit hard in the center field, but the center fielder gloves it. Runner tags up, and she's going to be safe at home.
She will be safe. That was a good play. You just weren't going to get. You weren't going to get Samantha coming home. Nothing you can do about that. Just a simple sacrifice fly, good play by the runner, good play by the fielder. That's softball. And now it is 8-2. 9-2 actually, 9-2, excuse me.
Strike one call. Hartness pitches his ball, hit high in the air, shortstop.
Not able to hold on to it.
Nobody in between everybody. Found that ball just had eyes.
And now Deer Park hits the double-digit mark, 10 runs.
Okay, now what's mercy rule on these games? Of course. Okay.
Yeah, I think we are a little bit late for the mercy rule, and I believe it is 10 runs. If 10 runs after 5, then we will have a mercy rule. But with them being so close into this game,
swing and bunt. Flowers with the ball, throws it in the dirt at
not
first
able
base.
to hold on. And
safe.
Now the wheels falling off for Northwest very quickly.
Yeah, because she had time to make a nice throw, but now you see the bad body language all over the place.
You see Flowers put her head down. You see Peyton Cole visibly upset. Hartness has been upset for the past 3 innings, just not the energy and drive not there anymore for Northwest.
Hartness winds and deals. Call the ball.
So the offensive onslaught is there for Deer Park with 10 runs. Maybe not the most flashiest 10 runs, but 10 runs nonetheless.
Well, they had a grand slam included in there, so.
Absolutely. Actually, I think it was a 3-run home run because remember the pitch was a wild pitch before.
Oh,
it was a 3-run home run, absolutely. But all 4 of those runs absolutely did score. They had 4 runs in that inning, absolutely.
Foul ball.
And honestly, I think ever since that big home run, that big inning, I don't think Northwest ever looked the same quite after that play.
I don't think so either.
Couple offensive, surges, couple hits, but overall, I think Northwest was really dejected after that big inning from Deer Park.
Pitch on the way. Ball. I think Northwest played it a little too close to the vest in that inning when they could have possibly scored another run or 2. But
yeah, and now Hartness is struggling to find the Played again, and she walks in another run. 11-2.
Time.
And now Hartness will stay in the game, but catcher will go out to talk to her.
Haley Russell out there. You can see the body language on Hartness as she waits for Russell to get there.
And this is a good job by Russell. Hartness can't find the strike zone. You got to go talk to her, let her walk around, let her kill some of the momentum going on in this inning. Just talk to her, tell her to settle down. Don't worry about the score. Don't worry about the runners on base. One more out. Let's get this out and let's go back into the dugout.
So Haley Russell back there assumes her position. Runner on first, bases loaded. Here's the pitch. Strike one, called. Wolf waiting for the pitch, the wind in the deal. Hit hard over third
Right
base
over
with his
Aaliyah
head.
Flowers' head.
Left fielder picks it up, throws it in the shortstop. 2 runs to score. Runner moving to third base, high throw, safe at third. So we got runners on first and third. I'm guessing the score now is 11-2.
13-2.
13-2.
And at one point, this was just a 3-run game. Has now turned ugly for Northwest.
Very much so. Pitch on the way. Strike one. Second base and short. Go over to cover second. Pitch on the way. This ball's hammered at third.
And that's another run going to come in.
And these wheels have completely fallen off.
Yeah, just looks like the whole lineup is going to bat for Deer Park in the 7th inning. Just hit after hit after hit.
Yeah, well, they've already batted around, so that was unfortunate because at the moment that ball was being stroked, Aaliyah Flowers kind of was, making some kind of arm movement, and she actually waved her arm away from the ball. But here's the pitch on the way.
Just
ball.
not, for any measure of, success, not a good inning for Northwest.
Shelby Hartness is like, what I got to do? Yeah. Call the strike, throw down the first, safe at first.
A lot of mental errors for Northwest in this game. Maybe not in terms of just pure errors, but, pass balls, missed throws, simple things like that really cost Northwest.
Ball inside.
I'll tell you what, Hartness has to have above 70, 80 pitches in this game. Maybe. I don't know exactly what her pitch count is. We don't have record of that, but
there's a ball again. Base is loaded.
As Hartness's arm has got to be fatigued at this point.
Yeah, I mean, you got to have somebody else that could pitch, even if it's for a third of an inning.
This is not a recipe for success for Northwest moving forward. You can't just rely on one pitcher to get you through every single game. It's not going to work. Somebody from Northwest, somebody else on the staff is going to have to at least pick up some of the slack.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to be perfect, and you don't have to be even Hartness's level, but somebody formidable that they can go to when games like this happen.
And, foul ball off the screen. Now Deer Park has seen her. So many of her pitches, there's nothing that she can throw that's going to surprise them.
Absolutely. And remember, we saw Mackey pop out, and we thought this inning wasn't going to be too bad, but after Mackey, the wheels completely fell off.
Pitch on the way. That's a ball. Mackey steps out of the batter's box, waves the bat around, looks down at first base for a sign. Pitch on the way. That's a ball. 2-ball, 1-strike count.
And if you're Northwest, this is not the result you wanted. Obviously, we don't think they're going to make such a big comeback here in the last inning. This is still a really good softball team. You got to put this one behind you.
Yep.
It got away from you. This is still a good team.
Ball's over the head of the batter.
Northwest has a lot to play for. I think Hartness is just done in this game.
Yeah, she has no more spring in her arm.
Absolutely not. And you just get Northwest left to fight another day. They still have a lot to play for. They're still a team that can compete with anybody.
Yeah, I mean,
They're dangerous.
competing. You know, when they won that game I saw against Fenwick, they beat a sound pitcher that is every bit the caliber of this girl from Deer Park, Sam Shavice.
And now I think we finally will have a pitching change. And I think Elam will come into the game. Yeah, that's going to be Kaylee Elam taking over to just try to get this last out for Northwest. And at this point, I'm not trying to, take shots at the manager, but after giving up 15 runs is now the time to take out a pitcher,
Why did you have to preface that you're not trying to take shots?
I guess I am, but, if you're going to let your pitcher give up 15 runs, I don't see a reason to take her out. She's having a hard time throwing strikes, but maybe you should have took her out after 6 or 7 runs, not 15.
Well, for 1 out, again, this is for her to throw this ball where they're going to be able to possibly hit it. She's just going to have to throw it up there like where they're going to.
And now I'm watching Elam warm up, and this is not looking good. She is not even coming close to the catcher's mitt.
I think this home plate umpire looks like
he might be in the way of the warm-up pitch.
Feet a little bit here. There's one. See, the defense is going to have to stay alert and get this out.
So now Elam will just desperately try to get this last out. Just one more out to go for Northwest. Absolutely, the wind has definitely been a factor here. And for us sitting behind the plate, the wind coming to our east, my ears are definitely numb, to say the least. And we'll see if Elam can come in and get an out and maybe prove to the coaches that she could be some type of a reliable pitcher outside of Hartness.
It's going to be up to the defense to make sure whatever gets hit gets grabbed. Here we are.
And now Elam will take over. Her first pitch is high. And that one is not even close. Almost hits Leyland. And Elam not really much of pitching. I think she's kind of lobbing it up. She doesn't have maybe control, maybe the cold, maybe the wind is getting to her, but she's not really pitching right now. She's kind of just lobbing the ball into the plate. And that's ball 4. That's a 4-pitch walk. And now the score up to 16-2. And maybe, just maybe, they could break 28 again, Deer Park. Yeah, our producer wants no part of Deer Park scoring 28 runs.
That first pitch is a ball. This game is again, it's starting to get in the neighborhood where it's getting cold outside.
That ball's hit. And that looks like that's going to be foul. That is good to see, though, from Elam. Give a pitch in the strike zone. If they're going to hit him, that's fine. Your defense has a chance to make a play for you.
That's right. Make him be a batter.
next pitch. That ball hit. That should be the end of the inning. Hartness there. And that will be the end of the inning. And now, mercifully, the inning comes to an end.
We find ourselves at the bottom of the 7th inning here with a score of the Deer Park Wildcats 16 and the Northwest Knights 2.
Just a lot of easy runs there for Deer Park. Walked in a few runs. Just easy hits to the left side, right across the pitcher. Just Deer Park finally put it all together offensively in that one. Partnered with some Northwest mistakes. And now this game obviously has been blown wide open. And on Northwest, if right now you're batting, you're trying to score some runs, you know, try to show some respect, show that you're still not a bad team. This one just got away from you. I think we're back now. A little bit of technical difficulties. I think our producer is tired of hearing us talk.
What about now?
We apologize for some technical difficulties here at Northwest. A 16-2 lead for Deer Park as we head into this last inning.
Okay.
And now Samantha Shreebies will come out to look to try to finish a complete game.
So we find ourselves at the bottom of the 7th inning here.
Now Northwest finally gets their chance to bat for the last time. Hope more than likely the last time, unless they can score 14 runs in this last inning. Call out a strike. Now we have Janelle Seitzer.
Pitch on the way to Seitzer's. Ball's hit hard over the shortstop's head. It's going to be a base hit.
Good hit by Seitzer to lead off the inning. She's had a nice day at the plate. She's been on base multiple times.
And I'm sure she's going to take off and grab second base so
Absolutely.
she stole it last time.
They're going to let her run.
That's right.
With the lead right now. You just turn everybody loose at this point. Swing away, you steal. You do what you can just to keep putting runs on the board at this point.
Strike one call. Seitzer bluffs the steal in second base. She comes back.
And 2 pitches in, I'm actually surprised, but I think we will be seeing Seitzer run here in the next pitch or two.
Oh yeah, she might as well run.
And she is running, but that one has popped up. Should
Third
be an
base
easy out,
under it.
and it will be. Naomi Flynn not able to make great contact on that one. And now we have Hartness coming up to the plate. Not her best day, but without question still the heart and soul of this Northwest softball team.
That's right. Sometimes you just got to tip your hat on any given day to a team that comes in. They travel all the way across town to get here and, you know, rush hour traffic, but they got a job done. Throw to second. Safe.
She's safe. Oh, that was a close call. Oh, man, I'll tell you what, that looked, maybe it looked like she was out on that play. That was very, very close.
Pitch on the way. That's a ball. Ball's hit hard. It's going to make the gap. Runner advances to third. Turns the corner, but no throw.
Good hit by Hartness right there. A multiple hit game for Hartness.
Runners at first and third now.
So although maybe not the best pitching performance, a nice two-hit performance for Hartness at the plate.
I'm sure she'd feel better about that if these guys had some more runs. But, you know, these I don't know how many games they got left in the season. Hartness takes off, no throw.
So they will concede that base to Hartness.
Runners on second and third.
Yeah, I think we're still really young in this season. Only about 4 or 5 games played for about each team, so still a lot of softball left to be played. Yeah, the second week of May is when the regular season will end, so we still do have a solid month left of the softball season.
It's the game I saw them against Fenwick. I keep bringing that game up, but they looked a lot better than they do today.
Haley Russell looking to add some more runs for Northwest. She had the first RBIs of the game for Northwest. The double to right field.
Zinger.
That one's fouled right off the back cage.
Haley Russell, she says, you know, look at the wind has died down now. We got the flag just drifting around out there. She might could get one up in the jet stream before we go home here. Pitch on the way. This ball's hammered hard to center field.
Nice catch by the center fielder. That wasn't much of a basket catch. She got there a little late, just threw her glove out there, and she was able to make the catch. Good play by the center fielder.
Oh, Leah Flowers is going to come to the plate. It's like what? She's the
now
last
Northwest
hope?
is down to their last out of this ball game. Aaliyah Flowers.
Pitch on the way to her. Strike one call. Aaliyah Flowers would like to see herself get a hit today and hit hard to short. Short scoops, throw to first. Out at
That
first.
will be the ball game. Deer Park, the big W. A 16-2 beating of Northwest. Overall, Deer Park played a great game. We know their record is almost unblemished at 4-1. Northwest just couldn't get the job done on defense. They had a couple chances to score offensively, just overall not able to get it done. Still a lot of games left to be played for both of these teams. A lot of positives to take away from both sides, mostly Deer Park. And if you're Northwest, you just got to shake this off, go into the next game. And for Deer Park, you just got to keep churning. Your offense has been on fire. You scored 15 runs just about in your sleep. So that's going to do it here for Waycross. Deer Park gets the job done. Thank you for joining us. We'll talk to you next time.